Hello, welcome back. Another week, and this was a strong week. We gained around 2%. We hit a peak around negative 17.7, so around negative 18. And it was a good week. Really, Friday was a little annoying, but nothing to be, extremely worried about. So you can see right here, we did pass last week by a little bit, so already 2 full weeks of good, strong gains. That's what I like to see. And you can see the NASDAQ, it did hit a bit of a drop back, and now it kind of just been recovering. It had two strong days, 1% and 1%. I think the first one was on Thursday, the inflation report, and on Friday, I think kind of continued the momentum. There might have been some earnings that day, but it just kind of continued going up a bit. And the CPI report, lowest inflation, they said, and really it was a pretty bad report because it really only had very few of the metrics that was used in the past inflation reports to calculate the actual inflation rate, and so it's very hindsighted, the report, and so it doesn't offer much. And that with any small news, the market likes to rally in price and everything for the next 20 years. So that's what it did, really. That's kind of a bit of a joke, but over here, so here we have 40%. So we outperformed 2 of the days this week. Less volatility, which is good. So you can see we still outperformed the NASDAQ on the week. It's around back to 8%. And here we have the SPY. So SPY also did good, a little recovery. It's not out of the red, but it's still looking to go. It could go up or down, but it's looking to try to go back up. So barely got green SPY this week. And then here you have overall. So SPY's at 7.6. Dow Jones, is not as strong. So Dow Jones really didn't move that much by the inflation report, which is, I think, kind of a more important look at it, that it didn't really get affected by it, and that's more of the consumer, or it's more like the banks and all that. So it's a SPY, or NASDAQ's more tech heavy, and SPY is a bit of everything. So here you have Dow. So Dow 40% too of the weeks, and Dow did lose a bit this week, so that's interesting. And here you have overall, and Dow is not yet at 10%, but it's getting there. You have everything, so it's kind of, it's NASDAQ hit a low, then it rebounded, and now it's kind of a bit below, but everything's kind of in the same range right now. Over here you have the daily percent gain overall, -2.4. And you have each day. So Monday was a really good day. Then you had Tuesday, which was like and then Wednesday we regained it, so I was great. I was happy about that. Thursday was neutral, so I was fine. And then Friday, we did edge out red, but on Wednesday you see that green. And really, the price that we closed at on Friday, it did hit it on Wednesday. So we were actually around -1% red on Wednesday at the open. Now it did do quite a big reversal from that price for us to go green. So it really could just happen. It's in the volatility of it. It's not really surprised by the jump because it really lost it in half a day or something. So there's not much to worry about, I think. And just keep on waiting and seeing. And the slow trend upward is kind of finally coming out, and it looks all right. So good. 43.4. I haven't closed it. This would probably be like 53 or something. Gain 2.52, loss -232. You got a little better. Standard deviation decrease, which is nice. And SPY also did improve the ratios, which is nice. 0.73. And in the end, the differences were actually the same from last week. Interesting. But our standard deviation got lower. So that's good to look at because, standard deviation got lower and the differences stayed the same. So that's nice. It's a strong difference too. 0.31 mean transactions, so decreased day trade, there's been none. And then current beta is finally under 1, so that's a good achievement. Trying to get this to around 0. Look, if we're at the -10% range, this is probably gonna be around it's probably around 0.5, 0.4, I feel like. If we get to that range, that's what probably will happen. If we get to around 0, then this would probably even be close to 0 too. So that's what I'm hoping. It's looking the right way, and if it gets to 0, then really we just have to outperform a bond and you have alpha. So that's really what I'm trying to get at right now, and that would really probably lead us to this. It's in the direction of leading us to have positive alpha. That's the way. You want to decrease your beta and still get gains against the market. So in that case, what you want really to happen is for the market to fall and then that means that your outperforming ratio decreases, and then you're just able to reverse that and keep on going up. Because typically the market goes up, so if the market keeps on going up, then you would typically have a worse your performance would be worse if you had zero, or if you had a negative beta, because you need a negative beta to decrease this positive beta, and that's the goal. And let's see, last slide, just the overall negative 20.26. We're so close to negative 19 to close, but we didn't. And it's been like quite a long time. We've been in this negative 20% range, but I think we're finally coming out. If we don't next week, that's fine, but it's getting close to the end of the year, and I'm ready for it. So really, we're already December 20th, so there hasn't been an insane Santa rally, and it's not been a big, or not yet. I mean, we still have around a week and a half, maybe 2, for the year close. And yeah, it's looking good. It's everything's just taking time, but it's looking good. Patience, time is needed. And like I said last week and the week before, and probably also the week before, any one of these weeks we could get a really good jump up. Either way. Typically, if we get a jump down, like happened one of the weeks, I was able to close it early and prevent further losses, and I was actually able to rebuy cheaper to even gain more. So that helped a lot, and that's why I don't really want to hold too long shorts. And yeah, so hopefully everything's looking good, everything's looking strong, and see you next week. And we'll be close to the end of the year, so this is probably one of the second to last video before the end of the year. It started in 2024 September, so year and 3 months around there, 4 months. So bye.